Welcome to day 67 of GetDownAndDoIt.com. I did a whole bunch more than 100 today. I did 140, I think, push-ups. But I'm mainly interested today in continuing the juggling problem discussion from yesterday, as I've come up with a number of interesting observations. Thank you to all those who have emailed me with opinions on the matter, many of them conflicting. It's interesting to me in that this problem is more interesting than I thought. And I put up a special post on the GetDownAndDoIt.com blog that kind of explains the problem in detail and asks, any physicists out there on the internet who happen to see this to weigh in with their opinion. And I've heard all about the mathematics involved and the human physiology and gravity and creating and destroying inertia and how muscles work and a lot of neat stuff like that. Actually, tonight I was thinking what I was going to do is try it both ways and see which way may be more tired. And you'll just have to look at the blog if you don't understand what I'm talking about. Just look under between day 66 and today's day 67. You'll see the problem written out in text form. What we're talking about, just how it's really like an endurance contest for juggling heavy objects, and the question is, is there a strategy that can help you win? And so I came up with two basic variations. One is juggling things close and tight, where you make a lot more. It's a faster motion, but you don't have to throw the ball up in the air really high, so you don't have to put a lot of effort into throwing the ball up in the air, and you don't have to put a lot of effort into catching it when it comes down. And then the other side of the story is, if you do that the other way, you have to put a lot of energy into that, but you don't have to throw it as much. So which way is better? So today I decided to try it when I was doing my juggling. Try it a couple of ways. One of the things I noticed, I first tried the fast juggling, where you're just juggling faster and not throwing the ball up as high. And I noticed something interesting that I hadn't thought of in the original problem, and that is, the more throws and the tighter you're juggling these 5-pound balls. I mean, juggling 5-pound balls is not like juggling tennis balls that only weigh like half an ounce or an ounce or something like that. You can juggle those pretty much all day. But when you're juggling a 5-pound ball, and I've been doing this for 67 days now, I guess I'm getting pretty, strong relative to people who don't juggle 5-pound balls every day. But it's still hard to control 5 pounds. It's a lot of weight, And so one of the factors that I've discovered today is when you do the fast juggling versus the slow juggling, you introduce more opportunities to screw up. And I'm a good juggler. I've been juggling since I was 16 years old. I used to work at an amusement park, and this clown came by, literally clown, and taught me how to juggle. And so I've been juggling for almost 25 years. So I'm really good at juggling. I mean, if I take 3 tennis balls, I think I could probably juggle those all day. But 3 5-pound balls is tough. And so when you're juggling really fast, whether you're saving energy or wasting energy compared with juggling really slow, you do have more of an opportunity to screw up. And so, based on that alone, regardless of the energy expended, I'd almost rather play it safe in that scenario and juggle the balls slowly and more determinedly, and just kind of at a normal throw. I don't know if I can show. I'm not going to show it right now, but basically just a normal juggle. So whether or not there's actually an advantage from a physics standpoint, there is that to contend with. And I think that based on my experience juggling for that long, for 25 years, if it's that easy for me to screw up juggling that fast, then I think it's reasonable for me to assume that it's going to be difficult for other people who know how to juggle as well to juggle fast. So, less opportunities for mistakes if you juggle slow. That there may be a metaphor for a life in there. If you do things, you take your time, you might have a little more success. So, when I was a kid, my grandfather had a pool table in his basement, and my whole life he did. I mean, when I was a little kid, he had a bumper pool table, and when I grew up a little bit, he had a full-size regulation pool table. So I used to play pool a lot, and if I would miss a shot, he always said, "You're not taking your time. You just need to take your time, and if you take your time, you do better." And most of the time, he's right. I used to like to be a hot shot and try to whack the cue ball really hard, and I thought it looked cool if you hit a ball really fast and went straight into the pocket and down. And it does look like you're in complete control when you do that if you're able to play pool that way. But at the same time, if you slow it down and take it nice and easy when you play pool, the table is much more forgiving. And a lot of times, if you just get close to the pocket, it'll kind of go in. You won't just if you shoot it too fast. Well, you're not taking your time. You're probably not going to aim as good as you could. But also, the pocket is less forgiving, and things, a just slight miss could actually turn into a non-sunk ball. It'll fly off onto the table somewhere else, instead of going in. Whereas if it was slow, you might it's a little more forgiving. So I think based on that, I might be able to put this physics problem to rest and just say, juggle normal, a little more carefully, a little slower. Whether or not there's more energy output that way, I don't know. But I'm still interested in the technical answer to the question as well. But in terms of the practical answer, that's the answer I'm sticking with. So if I were to get myself into a situation where I'm juggling for money in a contest for somebody else, it's going to be a little slower than normal, a little more careful. I'm not going to do a fast juggle. So I've now spent forever discussing this, way more than I thought I was going to. But hell, it's Wednesday. I just got back tonight from, we went to the store near downtown Pittsburgh, and tomorrow is this big G20 meeting where all the 20 leaders of the world's biggest countries or whatever are all descending upon my hometown of Pittsburgh to discuss all this stuff, the world economy and all this crap. And I don't mean to sound so disinterested. I'm really not big into politics or anything. But you should see the security here is just insane. I mean, my normal route home, which would have taken me straight through downtown Pittsburgh, couldn't even do it. They just waved me the other way and said, no, it's like the whole downtown area for it must be a mile or two is completely cordoned off to regular traffic. So you have to take side streets and go around, go the long way. It's kind of interesting. I guess as I speak, I think like 10 to 20 of the most important people in the whole earth are right here. So that's kind of cool. I'm not too crazy about that, actually. I don't like that kind of concentration of power. I don't mind it, but I like to watch it on TV, I guess, even though I probably wouldn't watch it. But I think in principle it's kind of neat, but I'm not too fond of being in the area based on any wackos that might try to pull something stupid. I mean, my house is here, all my family, and in terms of just personal safety, I'm not real crazy about that. But knock on wood, I think everything's going fine, and there's choppers circling, so I guess they'll find any wackos that want to do anything crazy. And that's it. I'm a little tired. It's 11:10. I got to get this posted, so see you all tomorrow for day 68, I guess, and we'll go from there. Take care, everybody. Bye.